Hello everybody and welcome to this tutorial of Lua, which is a scripting language inside Tekkit in the ComputerCraft mod. I'm basically doing this because I was showing someone earlier how to use it and they didn't really understand what I was on about, so I thought I'd do a step-by-step guide. This is basically this will just show you the end product. Obviously you boot up the computer, it says input password, put in the right password, which is that, and the door opens and you can then access your empty chest. I was meant to put something in that, oh well. Right, so basically, to make this work, I'm going to use a very simple setup, which is one computer, two redstone, and an iron door. And that's it. That's all you need for this system to work. So basically what you do is you hit the computer and it opens up this. This is sort of the startup screen, the launch screen. From here you can look at programs or enter the Lua or stuff like that. And all that sort of stuff. We'll go back and we'll just clear the screen because none of that's important. Right, so what you have to do... Okay, I broke it. Let's just turn the computer off. Start again. Right, okay, yeah. So what you need for this is basically to make a password system. Edit basically tells us off the computer that you're about to edit a program. Basically, you're going to make a new program, you're going to edit it. You can name it whatever you want, but for the sake of sanity, I'm going to call it password. It takes you to this, which is a brand new screen, completely clear. It's the script edit, and at the bottom it says please press Control to access menu. The menu gives you save, where it says save the password, and exit, which takes you back to the original craft screen. So then you have to edit password again. Basically, I'm going to step you through each of I'm going to take you through each of the steps. It's not hard to do. If you're doing it for like a factory or something, you're password protecting several doors. It can get a bit tedious unless you understand how hard disks work, which don't seem to work for me on the server that I'm on, so I gave up with that. So that got very tedious to do. But first, basically, you need to put passcode equals and then what you want your password to equal. This is basically defining a variable. The variable is passcode, and the computer will use this later to compare to see if the inputted word is the same as the expected password. That's telling that. Then you need to put this is how you make it display its message. Basically, you need the parentheses, you need the quotes. You should copy that. The right parentheses is basically telling the system that it's going to display that as a message. Anything inside the parentheses, inside quotes, will then get displayed. The space is so that because otherwise, if I didn't put the space, you'd be writing your password like here, and it doesn't look quite right with the space. You'd be writing your password here, which looks right, which is fine. That's the only thing. You then need to set another variable, which is pass, or you can name the variables whatever you want. I could have named passcode pass and passcode whatever. It doesn't really matter. I could name passcode 1 if I wanted to. It doesn't matter about the variables, but this is just makes it easier for sanity and like continuity, easy to read. Then basically pass equals read, and then you need basically anywhere there's parentheses, you need them. They're important. The system doesn't work if you don't put them there. That's basically telling the system that the paths, well, the variable pass is now equal to whatever the computer user has inputted. So if I put, I don't know, if I put floor and then enter in the original screen, the computer would then assign the word floor to the pass. Basically, it would assign the pass variable the word floor. Then comes the actual comparing to see if the password is correct. And here it's very simple. It's an if function. If you've done any scripting before, you'll be very familiar with if functions. You need if pass, which is the variable, equals. You need two equals, because if you put one equals is basically assigning the variable. Two equals is looking to see if it's the same as something, if it actually is equal to something. And then you need more parentheses, and you need the word passcode, because that is a set variable. That variable won't change, but the pass variable will change, so it needs to just be like that. Then it's a then function. If then go hand in hand. Then comes on to the actual the opening the door. So first of all, you have the right function again, and you're just going to have it say correct. Yay, good job, you got it right, good job, well done. Then for Lua in Minecraft, obviously I suppose the electrical impulses, you'd call them, is redstone. So you would, the function is redstone to dot to tell it that it's going to run through redstone. Set output, output needs capital, all one word, and then you need to put what output is. It's on the redstone's on the right, so the right is a variable again. You can either have top, I think you can have top bottom, you can have left, right, back, front. I think you can have top bottom as well if you have like red alloy wire running off the top of the computer, like up here on the block. I've gone on the floor for easy. Comma true, true, because it's setting it to true. That's a Boolean variable, Boolean value, which basically Boolean values are just true, false. And the computer will instantly recognize true, it'll activate something, false, it'll turn it off basically. Then you need a sleep function, which is sleep 5 basically. That adds a delay, that adds a pause to the system. The system won't move on to the next step until it's waited for 5. I'm thinking this is 5 seconds. I can't remember if it's seconds or ticks. I think it's seconds. But yeah, sleep 5. And then os.shutdown parentheses, and that basically tells the operating system to shut down, turns the computer off. And the parentheses again for sake of making it work. Then the else relates back to the if function up here. So this is now that this is the counter argument. So if what you've written is not the same as the password, you then need to write again incorrect or wrong or loser or you suck, some sort of you're wrong. You don't need this line, the redstone set output, because obviously they're wrong. I suppose you could, if you really wanted to, put this line in. That's just a waste of scripting space. It's not necessary. You just don't make it activate it in the first place. Obviously, because they're wrong, it's not going to open the door. So sleep is less time on the sleep, same as before. And then OS shutdown again, same system, same mechanics. It shuts down the operating system, and then end to tell the script that that's all it's going to do. Control save, control exit, and you type in password. It will run the program, which is the input password. So if I put anything other than password, if I put pass, it's incorrect. Nothing happens basically, and then the computer shuts itself down. If you put password and you put password, which is the correct password, activates the redstone on the right, and it opens this door here. Wonderful. Very good. Yes, it's fantastic. It works. But obviously, the computer turns off, which is fine, but then when you restart the computer, it doesn't have the password, which is a problem for password protected doors, because it means that you'd have to actually type in the function, the program name, to even get to the password screen. So the way that you get around that is you rename. This is another computer function. It's telling the computer you're going to rename one program as another. So you rename the password file, the program that we did, that script that we just wrote. We rename that as startup, and then hit enter. Then you turn the system off, so you can either type shutdown or you can hold Control S, whichever, it doesn't really matter. Leave the computer, and then when you go back onto the computer, it's running your password program as the startup program, because you renamed it startup, and the computer knows that the startup program is the one it runs when the computer's activated. So then obviously, just to prove that it still works, password, door opens, you can wander through. Look at that, it works. So yeah, that was basically, I thought that people might need a hand with that. So I know people struggle with scripting. Lua's not hard, it's sort of Java, sort of not Java. It's not massively hard. I will be doing some more tutorials on it, so keep an eye on the channel. I'm probably going to have a play around with some wireless mining turtle functions as well. I don't really know, to be honest. But this is basically going to be some tutorial on Lua for the next couple of next couple of episodes, should I say. So yeah, it's getting night. I've spent an entire day explaining Lua, so I hope you've enjoyed the episode, and I hope that's clarified Lua and the program for you a little bit, and hopefully you can now password protect your systems. So yeah, I will see you again very soon. Goodbye.